Hey, this is Chris West from That Sci-Fi Show, and we are here once again, back at Dragon Con, and year number 2 with Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hello.
And do not judge him by the beard, because that is an awesome rockin' beard.
Thank you. You know, a lot of the biggest stars in Hollywood have beards. Tom has Katie, John has Kelly, Fred had Wilma.
Yep. And, you know, it's always sexy, you know. You pull it off well.
Oh, thanks. It's itchy, though.
It does get itchy at first, as I explained the other day, as if another, you know, beard aficionado, you know, somebody that wears one.
Right.
It is a trick to try to trim it just right to where you don't get the razor burn and the itch.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. It's I'm a work in progress.
And you know what? You're a hard worker at that, so I'm sure that you will figure it out. So let's talk Warehouse 13. You guys keep building up and getting bigger and bigger. I mean, it's just a great series. I mean,
oh, thanks.
How do you feel about how this all came about and how it is today?
Well, you know, you always hear that it takes a show, a season to kind of find its footing, and that kind of truism is based on a network television show, because cable shows have only been around now for a short time. So that's based on a 22 episode season. Well, since we're on cable, we only get 13 episodes or whatever it is. Actually, we get 12 episodes and then a Christmas episode. So really, we're just into our second season now that we've done 26 episodes. So I really feel like, although the show has been good in the past, we've really kind of found it. You know, I really feel that it's kind of hit its stride, and I'm really excited with the way things have turned out. And now the last few episodes of this season with Kate Mulgrew, they're just fantastic. You know, I mean, the network is happy. Our exec producer, who is meticulous, you know, about his writing and the material, he's really happy with what we made, and I am too. I'm proud of it, and couldn't be more happy about it.
Very, very cool. And you know, you're absolutely right. It does take a while for a series to kind of find its footing and to develop itself. And it's really great that the Sci-Fi Network has backed you, and unlike Fox and Firefly and other series where they've just 12 episodes, not so good, we're done with you.
Networks tend to eat their young, and we've been lucky enough to I mean, look, if the numbers weren't there, if people weren't watching, we'd be gone just like every other show. But luckily, people are showing up, and I hope they continue to. I mean, one of the reasons that I come to the cons is like to meet people, to get people to. Well, like I just did a Eureka Warehouse 13 crossover panel for the last couple days. And you wouldn't believe how many people came up, and they're like, you know, we've never watched Warehouse 13, but we were at your panel, and we got to hear you speak and interact with Colin, and we just think you're, you know, funny and nice and whatever, and now we're going to watch the show. So it's like, that's, you know, not only do I get to make a few shekels while I'm here, but I get to meet people and hopefully make some converts.
It's always good to convert the masses to...
That's right.
To the religion that is Warehouse 13.
I'm also pushing Catholicism, too.
Oh, so, always fun.
Yeah, so
nothing like a good helping of guilt.
That's right. That's right, man. I'm actually a recovering Catholic, so I'm not...
we won't hold it against you, I promise.
Thank you.
You know, as most radio people, we worship Pan the goat god.
Oh, well, of course. You know, nothing like a hooven god to make your day.
Exactly. So let me ask you, there's been a lot of controversy in the last few years, especially with Sci-Fi Network changing its name. Do you feel that's actually impeded the network and the show?
Well, I mean, I think it was necessary for the network to change its name because they need to have a brand. You know,
yes.
ABC has, you know, their logo, and ABC. The Sci-Fi Network was called Sci-Fi, which isn't a brand. It's a genre.
Yes.
So in order to be able to brand their network appropriately, they needed to change it. So I get it, I understand it, and I also understand why loyal fans of the network were upset. You know, they get used to one thing, they don't like to see change. That's why people come up to me, they watch me on TV, So they think that we know each other, and they're like, "What's with the beard? I hate the beard." And so they're like, you don't have a beard on Warehouse 13, so that's weird. I don't like that you don't have a beard.
You kind of have to remind people that that's the character.
Right.
I'm the person.
Right. So
nice to meet you.
Yes, yes.
An autograph. Now.
Has it impeded the network? Perhaps. I don't know. I like to think that maybe at first people were like, they revolted, and then they saw that Warehouse 13 is a great show, and then of course Eureka has been great, and they've got they're rolling out some new shows. Alphas is, I don't know much about it, but I hear it's great, and they have some new stuff coming out that's going to be good, and I think that we're going to be able to compete.
I will say this, Sci-Fi Channel has, in the last few years, developed more original programming that has been equal or greater to a lot of the major networks.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure how wrestling fits in.
That was the one that has confused the hell out of me for months, and the only thing I can come up with is that wrestling is a male soap opera.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling fans, sci-fi fans, oil, vinegar. It's,
yeah, absolutely.
So
much like Dragon Con here, where they have the football fans and then the sci-fi fans, and it's just a very awkward ride on the Mardup, which I look forward to later tonight.
Yeah, so we're doing that.
So Eddie, let me ask you, you've been doing the show for a while now. Is it another project that's come up that, because you've been affiliated with the show, that you really wanted to do but couldn't do?
No, I'm really happy with where I am. I'm really happy with being able to go. I mean, I have to go to Canada for 6 months of the year. I have to go to Toronto, and I have 2 kids. Excuse me, I have 2 kids and a wife back in LA, so that's been difficult. I guess if there's a project that has come up that I haven't been able to do, that would be the project of my family.
Wow, that is the most deep answer I have gotten on that one.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, sir.
I'm getting ready to put myself into a lotus position and chant. So, no. So I wish that I could spend more time with my family, but you got to do what you got to do. I did an episode of CSI, and Lawrence Fishburne said to me, if he had known when he started acting that it would take you away from your family as much as it does, he would never have had a family. And I was like, oh, well, you maybe thought maybe not be an actor, but no, he was like, no, I would have never had my family. So, but it's true. It's like to be a successful actor, you're traveling and you're away from your home a lot. So
that's going to be very hard for you, and on your family as well. But, in this economy, I mean, you have to be very thankful, especially with as bad as things have gotten in the last year, that you do have a good, steady job to support them.
Yeah, I mean, actually, of the thousands and thousands of people that have their Screen Actors Guild card, I think it's 1 or 2% actually make a living as an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, so to have a job in this economy, and even when the economy wasn't bad, I mean, to make a living as an actor is damn near impossible.
I can definitely attest to that as somebody who's in the Writers Guild, and I have yet to use that card.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, you've been doing this for a nice long while, and final wrap it up kind of question here. Is there something, in this Warehouse 13, when it does come to its fruition and it closes off, what's next for you? What would you like to go off and do?
I'll probably get back into gay porn.
Always fun.
Have
you thought about gay musical porn?
I have.
I mean, with the beard, I think you could make a rockin' pirate.
Indeed, I'm swarthy. I can be swarthy. I did a couple films. There was one about a naval aviator called The Cockpit that they say I was pretty prolific in that one. So you might want to check that. I don't know.
So Eddie, I hear with the beard. What's with the beard?
My beard. I'm doing a film. It's called A Fish Story. It's a straight up drama. So, as Saul Rubinek would say, none of my buffoonery will make it onto the screen. It's basically people die, people cry, and it's really the first true shot at starring in a feature that I've had. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's a good group of people, and it's called A Fish Story, and probably will be out within the next 6-7 months.
Very cool. We'll look out for A Fish Story to hit the big silver screen as it is. Eddie McClintock, I want to thank you once again. And
thank you.
Go ahead and tell our fans, because I know Eddie also does art, so tell them where they can get your art.
If you want to check out the inner workings of a disturbed mind, go to www.eddiemcclintock.com and spend freely your time and or your money. Thank you. Good night.
This is Chris West. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up from DragonCon. We'll see you next week with more. I'll be right back.